Good morning and welcome to Plant Based Cooking with AARP Alabama. I'm your host, Swana Wright, and we had with us this morning Chef Kimberly McNair Brock from Biddy's Living Kitchen. Good morning, Chef Brock. How are you?
Good morning. Doing well. Glad to be here.
All right. Folks, before we get started, we want to remind you that AARP is empowering people to choose how they live as they age. AARP is a nonpartisan 501c4 organization that has over 420,000 members in Alabama. AARP's role is to advocate for those 50 plus and their families. With Memorial Day coming up, I know folks are looking for ways to stay semi healthy. Uh, what kind of side dishes are we looking at this morning?
So we're doing two today, a zucchini and mushroom dish, as well as a roasted corn salad.
Well, it sounds good to me. I'm going to get out of the way and let you take over.
All right. Well, glad to be here today, everyone. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this burner on. But I want to let you know that this is so easy, like you could do it in your sleep. So what we're doing today is a zucchini, and I have cremini mushroom saute with a lot of fresh herbs and spices. And if you want to do this on the grill, you certainly can. That will definitely add additional flavor to it. I would just probably cut the zucchini in half. Just cut it like I did, cut the ends off and do that. And then literally I would just grill it as a half like that, so it would kind of keep some shape to it. And then after it comes off the grill, then you could cut it up more. So we've got some already cut up today, but we're going to just cut up a little bit more. And we've got our rapeseed oil heating up in here already. And I'm just going to cut this into half moons and then cut it again. Okay, and we've got some onion that we've got a rough chop on it, just a yellow onion. Add that to the skillet. Okay, all right, and just let that saute up a little bit. And then, like I said, I've got some cremini mushrooms, but you can use whatever mushroom you like. These are just my favorites. They're just very versatile. And I'm just cutting the mushrooms in quarters. If you get a big one, you can cut it in thirds. But I like using this with the zucchini because they're both kind of a firm mushroom. But you can also use shiitakes. You can just use regular button mushrooms, anything like that you have. And we're always going to season our food with some salt and pepper and a little granulated garlic. I have that mixed up here. Okay, just seasoning our vegetables at each step. Okay, and this is something that you can do while you've got food already on the grill. But it's just really simple. So I'm gonna add our zucchini in now to the skillet. All right. And to that, I'm going to season it up again.
Why is it important that we season as we go?
How important is it?
Yeah, why is that important?
What did you say?
Why is it important that we season as we go?
Because you're building flavors, layers of flavor. So like if you had a pasta dish, you want to salt your water. So you just want to layer your flavors and build them up as you're working on the dish so you don't over salt in the end. Okay. So as that's going, now we're going to add our mushrooms in. We don't want to overcrowd the pan, so we'll add some and see if we need to add a little bit more. And this is really a nice meaty dish, even if someone did not you know, eat meat, this would be really hearty for them. You have salads and slaw and things like that to go with the dish. This would be hearty enough for anyone to enjoy. All right. So we're going to turn that up a little bit and let it sizzle. Then we're going to move on to our corn salad. So what we have here is roasted corn, and the corn has been left in the husk and roasted. You can roast this in the oven. You can roast it in a air fryer for about on 400 for about 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes, just depending on your air fryer. And it comes off so easily, the silk and everything. It comes right on off. And then you just peel off the rest of the silk. Really simple to do. This is one of those, you know, stick it in the oven and leave it type situations. And it gets really nice and tender. And we've got, great local fresh corn. Depending on where you live, you can go to local farmers market and really just enjoy the fruit of somebody's labor. So we already have some cut here off the cob. We're going to cut the rest of this off. Okay. And just cut it down. And then once you get it cut off the cob, you can just break the kernels, separate the kernels here in your bowl. Just break those apart like that. Okay. I'm going to stir our zucchini now. Smells really good in here already. Keep stirring that as time goes. And you want to leave it with a little bit of bite to it, but you want to make sure that everything's kind of cooked through. So to our corn, we're going to add a little bit more of our seasoning. You could just add the salt and pepper if you like, if you didn't want to add garlic. I'm just going to kind of mix it through, making sure I'm breaking up the kernels. But it's really nice to do something like this. And you could also have put the corn on, you could put the corn on the grill and grill it like that. But this is a great way to let people know you didn't just open up a bag of corn out of the freezer, but you took the time to kind of do something different to it. Okay. So we got that mixed up in there. And we're going to add, I've got some local tomatoes that have been chopped up, diced up. I'm going to add that in. And I've got a little cilantro. If you hate cilantro, you don't have to use cilantro. You can use any kind of nice fresh herb that you have. Add a little bit more of this to it. And I'm kind of going back and forth, so I hope you guys follow along. Okay. I'm going to keep stirring this up. Turn it down just a little bit. So I'm going to add some fresh herbs to both of these dishes. So we've got some fresh thyme that has been pulled off of stem, the leaves. I'm going to add this to our mushroom saute. Yum. Add a little bit more. Just chop that up. Okay. And a little bit of oregano. We're going to add the oregano to the corn salad as well as the zucchini mushroom. I just love fresh oregano. Having the oils being released, you can just smell how awesome it is. Chop that up. And it just helps to bring your dish to another level. You can use dry herbs, but it's nothing like fresh herbs. I'm gonna mix this around. Make sure that's incorporated. And we're just about done with this dish. Plate this up. Let it cook a little bit more. Okay. Dice up some more of this oregano for our corn. All right. Releasing the oils from the herbs. Okay. Add that in our bowl. Stir this in. Okay. And I'm going to add a little lime juice to this. But before we do, I am going to plate this up because we are done here. Got this here. Just going to plate up our zucchini corn saute with fresh herbs, onions. And you don't have to do this last little step, but I'm going to add a little bit of vegan Parmesan to it. Like I said, you don't have to do it, but it just kind of adds another layer of flavor here. So just sprinkle that on top while it's still hot. Try to melt in there with everything. And I'm going to add a little bit more fresh herbs to the top, just for decoration. Just sprinkle it. There we go there. All right. Now we're going to move on to finish our corn salad. And we're going to cut our limes. And we're kind of going to make a dressing or vinaigrette, if you will, right in the bowl. We're going to squeeze our lime juice over our corn. And just depending on how many people you have, I would say maybe an ear of corn per person. That's kind of the portion size I would ration out to make this dish. A little bit more lime. So that's like 1.5. Some of these limes are not giving me much love. So add that to that. And then I want to add a little bit of cumin as well to the seasoning. Just a tad. So it's kind of giving a southwestern flavor here. And I love cooking with chili powder. So I'm just going to add a little bit because it's going to tint your food as well. If you don't have chili powder, you want to use paprika, then by all means, do so. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit. Oh, excuse me. Sometimes the chili powder will get you like it's getting me right now. And I'm going to add some salt to this. continue to stir. Okay. And you just want your corn salad to kind of marinate a little bit. So that's why I'm adding the seasoning sort of early in as I'm layering the different ingredients. I'm going to add some green onions to this too for color, and also we need a little onion in here. This is just the green parts there. And I've got a local red onion I got from the farmer's market. So we're going to put some of that in. And if you don't want to use red onion, you think that's too strong, you can definitely use some shallots. They're nice and mild. Okay, that's a good bit of red onion there. And again, for color, I'm going to use some orange bell pepper. Just dice it up, small dice. Y'all don't ask me why I'm using this itty bitty knife. I'll switch back. Okay. And we're going to add a little bit of jalapeno, because why not? We're going to just cut the seeds out here. Discard them in a bowl. And you want to get the white part out as well, because it can be really bitter and add a level of heat. So I'm just doing half of a jalapeno, so you don't have to do a whole one. People say, oh, I don't like it, but jalapenos are fairly mild, but the less you add, the less potent they are. So people tend to tolerate more than they realize they can. Okay. All right, I'm going to stir it again, and we're going to finish up our last ingredients. Okay. And it's making liquid down at the bottom. It just looks like a fiesta salad. It's very colorful, beautiful. Okay. All right. And then last but certainly not least, we're going to do avocado. Do about half an avocado. And you know, it's always a mixed bag what you're going to get. So this avocado wouldn't let us be great today, but we're going to make it anyway. So we're going to just put half of this avocado in. Okay. I'm going to squeeze a little bit more lime juice on it so that it won't turn brown. Okay. And then continue to stir. And you can add more if you like. But that is it, folks. Very simple, very easy. You know, taste it, adjust your seasonings, all that good stuff. So I'm going to taste it a little bit. Get a little bit of everything in here. It's good. Really good. I'm going to add a little bit more of our spice to it. When it's good and fresh, you can put this in the refrigerator and let it continue to marinate, and it'll just get better and better. And then I'll bring it over here. I'm gonna taste our zucchini and mushrooms. That's good too. So, two very easy side dishes that you all can do for this weekend, and let us know how they come out.
Kim, thank you. The side dishes that you made, it seems like there's a lot of opportunity for people to change the recipe up if they want to.
Yes, absolutely.
So we can experiment on this and without harming anything.
Right, right. Just use whatever you have. You might, if you don't have fresh corn, you can run by a farmer's market if you have one in your city and get it. Or you can go by the grocery store. They do have fresh corn that's in packages that you can use, and you can roast it, maybe put it in foil and roast it in a pan or grill it, like I said. And the same thing for the vegetables. So you can't mess it up. You can't mess it up.
Okay, it's always good to hear you say you can't mess it up. And once again, you were using a spice blend. I think you told us it has salt, pepper, granulated garlic.
And
Uh,
that's it.
that's
That's
it.
it.
That's
Hmm.
it. I think folks are always asking us what's in the spice blend, so I wanted to make sure we mention that.
Okay.
Well, I'm looking forward to trying out these recipes. Folks, don't forget to do our survey. We're going to show a short video, commercial video about what we have coming up next week. Take care, be safe, keep cooking.
Bye bye.